Oh, what's up guys? Expel here, and today I'm going to be giving you 5 tips to make you a better Blackout player. But before we hop into things, it would be greatly appreciated if you would smash the like button. I would love to see 300 likes on this video. You can also subscribe and hit that notification bell down below. That way you get notified every single time I post a video and or a live stream. Additionally, if you have any other tips that you can think of or you think that I should cover in a future video, or if these tips helped you in any way whatsoever, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below, in a comment down below. Lastly, if you have not already, I highly recommend joining my Discord server. It's a great way to make sure you're always up to date on all of my videos, streams, and anything else having to do with our community, the Expel Army, if you will. You can find the link in the description down below, as well as links to the gear that I use and all of my social media. Now, without further ado, here are 5 tips that will make you a better Blackout player. Right off the rip, guys, my first tip is going to be make sure to get warmed up in a multiplayer private match. For those of you that don't know, Black Ops 4 has a feature that allows you to play against bots in a private match on multiplayer. My recommendation is to actually use this feature to get your hands warmed up, which mine are usually pretty cold whenever I wake up. I'm sure you all have the same issue, or you may not. Before jumping in and playing Blackout, all you have to do is set up an unlimited score free-for-all on firing range. I chose this map because it gives you a little bit more of open ground height for you to use near the wooden area of the map. Then add as many of the lowest level bots as you like and start the match. Once you're in, I recommend using as many different weapons as you can and trying your best to get snappy headshots on the bots to get your aim where you like it. Once you feel like you're warmed up, you can finally jump into some Blackout. Now, a lot of you may say, oh, Expel, multiplayer is so different from Blackout. This isn't going to help. Well, to that I say it's less about getting a feel for like bullet drops and things like that, and more about getting your hands to where you can aim quickly onto your enemy before they can do the same to you. Now, let's get into some actual Blackout tips. Our first of which would be to stop looting so darn long. To be entirely honest, it's just unnecessary. I've found that when I'm playing with people I don't normally play with, they loot for 3 to 4 times longer than I do. 3 to 4 times. This ends up making me super antsy to get into a gunfight, and I just leave them behind because it's just boring. This obviously also explains a lot about how I play the game, but I digress. What really matters is that you understand that your initial loot isn't as important as you think it is. A great man once said, you don't need a backpack to kill people. Thanks, bud. Anyway, I recommend a maximum of 2 minutes of looting before you push a gunfight if you aren't hot dropping. Anything past that in basically every game you play is pointless, especially in solos. When it comes to solos, you don't need anything but a gun to kill someone off the rips. Sometimes not even that. I've done it with plenty of equipment and things of that sort. As long as you play smart and sneaky, you can get the jump on anyone and grab their loot relatively easily. And this is my whole point. If you watch me play, I will literally grab a gun and armor if I can, and then immediately push to get kills. The way that I see it, if you can put yourself into the correct positions to get those kills and honestly just outsmart the other players with high ground, head glitches, and things like that, you can rule the world with the loot that you grab off of their dead bodies. Oh, and stop looting dead bodies for so long. You should honestly go into every gunfight with an idea of the things that you want or need in order to succeed in that specific match. Don't lay down and loot the body for 2 minutes. It should take you about 3 to 10 seconds max to loot dead bodies. The only exception is when you have to remove an item from your inventory. I add about 3 seconds per item being removed. Also, quick tip for guns. If you read while you're hovering over a weapon in a dead body, or just in general, you can actually hold triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox to trade weapons, and also equip the attachments on the gun you have in your hand onto the one you're looking to trade for. Super helpful to make your gameplay 10 times quicker. And that actually leads me into my next tip, which is get comfortable with as many weapons as you can. Remember, Blackout is a battle royale. This means you have to loot for every single item you use in the game. You literally have no idea what weapon you are going to find. You may not get the opportunity to grab that KN or that SWAT. You may just have to deal with the Maddox. And while that sucks, you should still be able to nab a smart kill with that weapon to allow you to replace it. Now, I will say this, there are some guns that really don't matter. There are some guns that you will literally never see me pick up. The first of which is the Essex. If you ever watch any of my streams and there's an Essex as a wall buy, you'll probably see me mark it as a joke and then walk away. For the love of God, unless it is the literal only option and there is no other option, do not, I repeat, do not pick up the Essex. There are also a couple of zombie weapons that I don't care for, but if you're taking the time to actually kill all the zombies, then you're already going against the tip that I gave about looting. Okay, so you've gotten better at looting, you're learning the guns a bit better, and you feel comfortable with them enough to kill people. What's next? My next tip is going to be to actually push for gunfights in solos. A lot of the people you will play with in Blackout will likely chill out and wait for enemies to push them. That is not my recommendation to you. If you want to become the best of the best, or at least start getting more than 3 wins a week, you have to get comfortable with one-on-one or even one-on-2 gunfights. The way you do this is to, as I said, push for kills. I have well over 1,000 wins now, and I promise you I didn't get any of them from sitting in a house, hiding in a bush, or slithering around in the tall grass like a snake. I put on my big girl panties and learned how to fight the enemy. Now, you need to remember, every single gunfight you get into is a learning experience, and you need to, unlike me, stop fussing about whether or not Treyarch did you dirty and actually start paying attention to why you died or what allowed you to get the kill you just got. Did you remember to get high ground? Were you using head glitches like you were supposed to? Or did you run in like a chicken with your head cut off and just miss every single shot because you forgot to warm up in a private match before hopping into Blackout? Seriously though, pay attention to how you're actually playing and how your enemy is treating the gunfight as well. They may do something you have never seen before, and then you can practice on that trick and master it yourself to be able to add it into your repertoire. On the flip side, if they have dead silence, just accept your defeat. That puppy is broken. Oh, right. That actually leads me into my very last tip. For the love of everything holy, make sure you are actually using perks. Don't, I repeat, do not ignore perks. Perks, about 40 to 50% of the time, will literally make or break a victory royale for you. Just as some recommendation for perks, I'll give you some examples of the ones that I use that you should definitely add into the mix while you're playing. My all-time favorite perk is Consumer. This is quite literally a game changer. It allows you to heal twice as fast as well as equip other perks twice as fast. I also recommend Dead Silence, or as a replacement if you can't find it, Skulker. These are great if you're trying to be sneaky. Medic is a must-have if you are playing duos or quads, as it allows you to revive your teammates in half the time as well as res them with 125 health. You can also use this perk when your teammate is running low on heals and you don't have any around to be looted. Just be careful of knocking them too many times, as this will make them bleed out faster on each drop. Brawler is also an underrated perk. It allows you, using melee attacks, to do 150 damage to anyone not wearing level 3 armor. To them, it actually only does 75 damage. It also has an additional advantage of giving you 50 health every single time you melee an enemy. So, learn how to use them. Every single time you pick up a perk, it says what it does when you inspect it in your inventory. If you learn how to use each and every single perk properly, except for Squad Link, with the right combo, you can become a Blackout god. So that's it. Those are the 5 Blackout tips that I have that are basically guaranteed to make you a better Blackout player. Well, I guess I kind of forgot equipment, but we could I guess cover that in our next blackout tip video if you all want one. Speaking of which, if you want me to make another blackout tip video, please make sure to like the video. As I said before, trying to go for 300 likes. Let me know that you enjoyed this and would like to see another. Again, if you have any other tips you would like for me to cover or you thought I missed, make sure to let me know in the comments down below, and maybe your tip will be featured in the next video. Lastly, I would like to give a huge shout out to those in my Discord that actually helped to make this video possible with some ideas that led me to these exact tips. Either way, thanks a ton for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.